Hello and welcome to Brightside Riddles and Puzzles. So this is a newish game that came out on the Switch, but if you're not familiar with Brightside, they have a YouTube channel where they put out a bunch of just interesting sort of videos and stuff. But one of the other things that they focus on are riddles and puzzles. So they put out a game. I was stupid enough to buy it even though I could do the riddles and puzzles for free on YouTube. But the reason why I'm playing this today is because it is my birthday and I wanted to sort of challenge my brain, see if I'm any smarter than I was last year. Let's check out some of these riddles and puzzles. Okay, who's lying? Spot the liar.
Mr. Morrison was the owner of a small company. Only 4 people worked there. One day, he came to the office and didn't find his favorite slippers.
This game should have subtitles.
The man searched everywhere.
I wonder if that's an option. There are no subtitles. Darn. Okay.
Mr. Morrison was the owner of a small company. Only 4 people worked there. One day, he came to the office and didn't find his favorite slippers. He always put them on while working. The man searched everywhere and finally spotted them on the roof of the building. Mr. Morrison was furious. He entered the office and started to question his employees. Daniel said, "I don't even know where you keep your slippers." Andrew said, "I'm terrified of heights. I have never climbed up there." Sandra said, "I'm wearing high heels today. I can hardly walk in them." Emily said, "I respect you too much to do it to you." One of the employees is lying. Who is it?
I think it is the guy holding the briefcase. I don't think he's actually afraid of heights.
He was afraid of heights. But on his table, there's a photo in which he's skydiving with
I knew it. That photo looks sus.
Melissa's boyfriend proposed to her and presented a beautiful diamond ring. The girl was afraid of losing it. That's why she kept it in a box on her vanity table. Once, after a long and difficult working day, the girl came home and went straight to bed. When she woke up, the ring was gone. Melissa called the police. They asked 3 suspects, Melissa's roommate, her best friend, and her neighbor, what they had been doing the night before. Helen, Melissa's roommate for the last 3 years, said Melissa had indeed looked very tired. She took the tea Helen made for her and went to her room at 10 p.m. Helen went to bed shortly after. Eric, Melissa's best friend, said he had come to visit Melissa at about 11:30 p.m. The girl was already sleeping, but he saw a jewelry box lying open on the table. It was empty. Eric was surprised and left immediately after that. Brenda, the neighbor, said she wanted to borrow a book from Melissa, but when she called her, the girl didn't answer. So Brenda decided not to bother her so late at night. The police soon realized one of these people was lying. Who was it?
I honestly have no idea. I think I'm going to go for the roommate, though. Dang it.
Eric. He was only asked what he had been doing the evening before, but he mentioned the jewelry box. He must have known the ring was missing because he took it. A group of friends went camping. They found a beautiful place in the forest near the river. They were planning to spend a week there, but on the 3rd day, Chris disappeared. The rest of the group gathered near a campfire to figure out where he could be. Paul said, "We didn't have enough firewood. I went deeper into the forest to get some. When I came back, Chris was already gone." Ashley said, "I was near the river washing my t-shirt. I stained it with ketchup during lunch." Nancy said, "I felt unwell, so I decided to take a nap. I was sleeping when an owl woke me up." One of the young people is lying. Do you know who it is?
I wish that I had more time to sort of think about this. I don't know, but I'm going to go for the middle person.
It's Nancy. Owls sleep during the day.
Oh, she said the owl woke her up, but it was during the day.
Someone started
God.
in Mark's apartment. Luckily, the man noticed it. He called the police. After searching the place, they found a watch. Mark claimed it wasn't his. The detective decided to set up an ambush. The watch looked expensive. Surely the criminal would return to get it back. At around midnight, they heard the key turn in the door lock. In a while, a man came in. He was holding a lit candle in his hands. At first, the detective wanted to arrest the man, but after a while, he realized it wasn't the person they had been waiting for. How did he figure it out?
I have no idea.
Whatever the man was doing in Mark's apartment, he wasn't the one responsible for the gas leak. That criminal wouldn't have
'Cause he's
entered
holding
the
a
apartment
candle.
holding a burning candle. They would be sure the place was still full of gas.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The police found out one particular gang was going to rob a bank. An undercover agent was sent to the restaurant where the criminals always gathered in the evening. His task was to attach a tiny GPS tracker to one of the gang members. Then the police would know about their location and would be able to prevent the robbery. The leader of the gang was the mastermind of the group. All other members were just muscle. The undercover officer had to be very attentive around the leader. The man could easily spot the device, but no other gang member would notice it. Where should the agent place the tracker? On the gang leader's backpack.
Smart.
He's the person who can spot the device, but not if it's on his own back. Police got a call from the
See,
house of
I'm
a
pretty
wealthy
smart.
man. He didn't come home after going for a jog. When several police officers arrived, they questioned all the people in the house. They were the maid, the millionaire's wife, and his driver. The maid said, "When Mr. Jones went for a jog, he asked me to prepare his breakfast. I immediately got down to work. But it's been 3 hours, and he hasn't returned yet." The wife was worried too. "I saw him in the morning, but he was in a hurry. We just greeted each other, and I went to work." The driver told the police he had been waiting for his boss in the car, scrolling through his social media. Who knows something about the millionaire's disappearance?
Gonna go for the driver, but I have no idea.
The maid is lying. If she had cut the apples for breakfast 3 hours ago, they would have already turned brown by now.
But they look like they're
Shirley
browning.
got a new job as a sales assistant. She was extremely happy to receive her first salary. She went out for a walk in the park and decided to treat herself to some ice cream. She pulled out cash, but a powerful gust of wind has blown the money out of her hands. The girl managed to pick it up, but then she realized one $10 bill was missing. Shirley looked around. One of these people must have taken the bill. Can you figure out who it was?
I mean, it's right here under this guy's foot, is it not?
It's the man in the red baseball cap. The bill is under his right foot.
I mean, that one was really obvious. You
Detective
can see it
Larson
there.
was walking along the street. Suddenly, he saw a man grab an elderly woman's bag and run away. The detective immediately rushed after the criminal, but the man disappeared behind the kitchen door of a small restaurant. When Detective Larson entered, he saw 3 cooks preparing food. Which cook is fake?
I mean, I would say the one not in the chef's outfit, is it not?
It's the man holding the salad bowl. He's the only one not wearing gloves. People began to
That's your
disappear in a
reasoning?
large
Fair
town.
enough.
1 month after it started, the police came across an abandoned house. In its basement, they found 2 men. Each of them claimed that he had been locked up there and that the other man was the one to keep him in the basement. But it was clear that only one of them was telling the truth. Look at these men attentively and say who's the liar.
The guy on the left seems more suspicious.
It's the man who's smiling. If he had
Dang
spent
it.
4 weeks locked up, he would have a beard and mustache by now. But he's clean.
Oh, I totally missed that part of the clue.
Rachel Brown, the owner of a large and successful company, has disappeared right from her office. The police suspect that some of her subordinates might know where the woman is. They question 3 people. Ruth, the HR manager, is the first to enter. "We were going to fire an employee that day. I came to get Miss Brown's signature." Adam, the accountant, says, "I indeed came to her office. She had to approve the company's budget for the next year." Anne, the secretary, comes in last. "I saw Miss Brown today, but only for a minute or so. I asked her to sign my leave request." The police officers immediately realize who is lying. Can you figure it out too?
I have no idea. I really wish they gave you more than like 5 seconds to think about this.
Anne is lying. The signature on her documents is different from the others. Plus, she is the person Ruth was going to fire that day.
I feel like these are getting
Martin
more
bought a car in
ridiculous.
September, and now, just a month later, it's stolen. The police have 4 suspects, and all of them are Martin's friends. The crime happened at 10 p.m. on Wednesday. At that time, Alan was playing badminton in the park. Natalie was driving home from work. Roy
At 10
was
p.m. on
walking
a
with his
Wednesday?
dog, and Rose was doing some grocery shopping. Who took Martin's car?
Who would play badminton at 10 p.m.? In a park?
It was Alan. At 10 p.m. in October, it's too dark to play badminton.
Right? Okay, well, we almost got 50%. I think let's do one more round of this. Alright, let's try this one. This is Who's Not Very Smart? The answer's probably gonna be me.
Charlotte and Elizabeth are doing some homework. Charlotte is going to iron some clothes, and Elizabeth is about to cook.
Okay.
Who's not being smart?
I mean, Charlotte's iron isn't plugged in.
Elizabeth. Charlotte's safe because the iron is turned off. Lucas and Liam.
Wait, what are we trying to
on a
figure
field
out
trip
here?
With their kids. Lucas is distracted while his daughter is climbing a tree. Liam is talking to another parent while his son is petting a dog. Who is wrong?
Who is wrong and what? These are not very clear
Lucas.
instructions.
The branch his daughter is climbing is cracking, and she is about to fall. Ava and Olivia are finally leaving home for their first night out after maternity leave. Ava decides to walk, and Olivia is waiting for a taxi. Who is not ready?
Who's not ready for what?
Olivia. She forgot to finish her makeup.
What the
Michael
heck
and
is
Logan
this?
are
This is so
vloggers who take
stupid.
selfies in dangerous places. This time, Michael is taking a selfie while surfing on a huge wave, and Logan is taking one standing on the edge of a bridge. Who is not smart?
I mean, neither of them, but the guy on the bridge isn't very smart at all.
Michael. In Logan's case, at least there are people around who can call emergency services if something goes wrong. Michael is alone.
This is
It's
so
early
stupid.
morning. Ian and Nolan are driving their kids to school. Who is not smart?
Well, I mean, the guy on the right doesn't have a kid in his car.
Nolan. His child is not in the car. Jackson and Emma are volunteering at an animal shelter. Jackson is feeding the cats, and Emma is washing the dog.
But the person on the left
Who
is feeding
wrong?
the cats dog food, so...
Jackson. He gave the cats dog food by mistake. Scarlett and Ellie are going to bed. Scarlett kept her door open so her cat could enter during the night, while Ellie prefers to close her door. Who is not smart?
I mean, the person on the right is wearing a necklace. I don't know if that matters, but...
Scarlett. You should always close your bedroom door at night. In case of fire, it'll stop the flames for a while and give you more time.
Is that actually a thing?
Riley and Isabella are
I never
taking
knew
their
that.
kids to kindergarten. Riley is riding a bike with her daughter, and Isabella and her son are going by car. Who is wrong?
I mean, the bike person doesn't look very safe, but I have no idea.
Isabella. Her child isn't wearing a seatbelt.
Okay, fair enough.
Lily and Oliver have job interviews at 4 o'clock.
I don't know if you should let your kindergartner
Lily is
sit in the
ironing
front
her
seat
best
anyways.
suit, and Oliver is waiting in the hallway wearing jeans. Who's not getting the job today?
I mean, I wouldn't give a job to the person on the right.
Lily. She must have forgotten the time. The interview is in 5 minutes, and she's still at home.
My god, these are
Sophia and
terrible.
Aiden are working in the garden. Sophia is watering the flowers while her cat is walking around. Aiden is mowing the lawn while his child is playing nearby. Who's not smart?
I mean, what if the kid gets run over by the lawnmower? But then what if the cat eats the flower and it's poisonous?
Aiden. It's dangerous to use the lawnmower when children are close by. John and Brandon are making breakfast for their kids.
At least that one was common sense.
John is making sandwiches. And
Okay, the person on the right is
making
cooking
eggs
while
with
the oven
bacon.
is off.
Who is wrong?
I mean, that one's blatantly obvious.
Brandon. He forgot to turn on the stove. Thomas and Abigail are going on a date.
Aw.
Thomas arrived a half an hour early and decided to buy some flowers. Abigail just returned from London and is driving to meet him. Who is wrong?
I mean, she's driving on the left side of the road, so she's driving on the wrong side of the road if she came back from London.
Abigail. She's driving on the left side of the road.
See?
Ryan and Kaylee are having fun outside during their Christmas break. Ryan is learning how to skate on the lake, and Kaylee is skiing in the forest.
I mean, that ice
Who is
doesn't look
not
very
smart?
safe. Looks like there's a lot of cracks in it.
Ryan. The ice on the lake is cracking, and there's
Nailed
no one
it.
around to help him. Asher and Haley are enjoying their vacations. Asher is chilling at the beach, and
Looks like he's
Haley
getting
is climbing
sunburned.
the highest mountain around. Who is not behaving wisely?
Doesn't look like he's wearing sunscreen to me.
Asher. Although Haley's activity is quite risky, she seems to be okay. But Asher fell asleep at the beach and is going to get
See?
a sunburn.
I told
Chloe
you.
and Avery are having some quality time on Friday. Chloe is reading a book, and Avery is watching a documentary. Who is missing something?
Who is missing something? Oh, the oven's on fire.
Avery. She forgot to turn off the oven, and something's burning. Hannah and Maya are meeting their friends today. Hannah arrived by bike and is waiting for her friend by the house. Maya arrived by car, opened the doors, and is waiting for her friend to come down. Who is not smart?
This one I'm not sure.
Maya. It's not safe to stay in the car with unlocked doors. A stranger can quickly get in the car and she wouldn't be able to do anything from the front seat. Mason and Jacob are going on a trip to the desert where they'll spend a whole day. Who is not adequately prepared?
I mean, I would say the guy with no equipment, but he is wearing a hat.
Mason. The sun is powerful and he's
See?
not wearing a hat.
The hat makes a difference. I
Emily
told you.
and Madison are spending their time outdoors, but it's not their lucky day. Emily stumbled and fell in some mud. Madison was
Boo.
swinging but fell.
Ow.
Now they both are getting up. Who made a mistake?
Who made a mistake? I don't know.
Madison.
Lucky
Swing
guess.
is still moving, and it may hit her head if she gets up. Aubrey and James are.
I mean, if that
cleaning the
happens to you,
house.
you kind of deserve
Aubrey
it.
is listening to music while vacuuming the living room, and James is washing the windows. Who is not?
I mean, the
being smart?
vacuum's not plugged in, so... And you really wouldn't notice if
The
you're listening to
vacuum cleaner
music.
Isn't plugged in. Mia and Ethan are going on summer vacation. Mia is going to Greece, and Ethan is visiting his brother in Sydney. Who is not smart?
No idea.
Ethan.
Lucky
He's packed
guess.
shorts and swimwear, but he won't need them because it's winter in Australia.
Ah,
Carter
okay.
and Layla are in a hurry for work. Carter is walking while talking on his phone, and Layla is running while texting. Who's going to be late?
Who is going to be late?
Layla.
Why?
She's looking at her phone and doesn't see the pit she's about to walk into. Leah and Aaron.
I should have
arrive
known.
to
I
meet
should have
their
known there'd be a
friends.
mystery pit.
Leah has all of her things scattered in the car, and Aaron is traveling above the speed limit. Who is not smart?
I mean, you can't see out your back mirror, so I'd say the person on the left.
Leah. It's not safe to keep unprotected things inside the car, in case she stops suddenly. Something
Ah,
very
that's
hard.
true as well.
William and Daniel are driving and are late for work. Who is wrong?
Well, the person on the right is speeding. The person on the left is going the speed limit.
Daniel.
I don't know why
is
it's
driving
90 in
way
the
above
city,
the
but...
speed limit in the neighborhood. Jane and Amelia are resting in the park after running 5 miles.
Well, the person on the right
Jane
is
eating,
drinking
and Amelia
non-drinkable
is drinking
water.
water from the fountain. Who is not smart?
That's an easy one. But maybe the burger's gonna turn into a
Amelia,
mystery
the
pit.
warning sign says that the water isn't drinkable. Max and Ezra were driving around the desert and got stuck in the middle of nowhere.
Uh-oh.
They burned a spare tire to produce some smoke. Max stayed close to the tire, and Ezra walked away in search of something helpful. Who is not smart?
I mean, walking away isn't very smart, but what if something blows up with that tire fire?
Ezra, you should never leave the vehicle. Chances are the rescuers will notice the smoke and find you. But if you go, you might miss them.
Wait, I got it right?
Jonathan and Savannah didn't
But it
sleep
sounded
well
like
and are
the
starting
explanation
their
said I
morning.
got it wrong.
While Savannah is preparing some coffee, Jonathan is taking out the trash. Who is doing
What is he
something wrong?
taking in the trash? The teddy bears? That seems really sus to me.
Jonathan. Instead of the trash, he's taking out the old toys they collected to donate.
Okay.
Stella and Aurora didn't study for the test. One of them decided to try her best, and the other is planning to cheat. Can you spot who's cheating?
I mean, I'd say the person with the book is cheating.
Stella. She has a lot of bags surrounding her. So
I mean,
she must be trying
obviously,
to
but that
hide
doesn't mean she's
something.
cheating.
Miles and
Probably shouldn't say that as a
walking in
teacher,
park
though.
When a sudden storm erupted, lightning struck a tree, and Miles decided to hide under it. Cooper entered a little shack nearby. Who is wrong?
Lightning doesn't strike the same place twice, so the person under the tree is correct.
Miles.
Dang it.
That lightning never strikes in the same place twice is just a common misconception.
Darn.
Indoor shelter
I was
is one of
hoping
the
they would
best places to hide.
Uno reverse card that on me.
Leo and Melanie are preparing a barbecue party. Leo is cooking, and Melanie is decorating the yard. Who is not smart?
I mean, is it safe to release balloons like that?
Leo. While he's cooking, the meat is spoiling in the direct sun.
Darn, I should have known my meat handling safety. Well, we got over 50% on this one. Let me know in the comments if you want to see some more of these puzzles, or you can check them out for yourself. Like I said, Brightside has a whole YouTube channel. I'd love to play some more of these, as stupid as a lot of them are. But anyways, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you leave a like, leave a comment, consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. Who knows what we're going to see next time, hopefully some more Gamer Louie World. But until then, have a good one, and I'll talk to you later.